UFC President Dana White is in the building. Our Chairman and CEO is Lorenzo Fertitta. The best matchmaker in the world is Joe Silva. The veteran voice of the Octagon, Bruce Buffer. And bringing up the rear is Burt Watson. Let's begin with a UFC Fight Pass prelim in the bantamweight division. Manbull, the Anvil Gamborian versus Cody, the Renegade Gibson. And his opponent making his bantamweight debut, Manbull Gamborian. 135.5 for Manbull Gamborian. Our next bout is in the lightweight division. John the Super Stay-and Tuck versus Kevin the Motown Phenom Lee.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boys.
Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. In the lightweight division, Jorge Gamebred Masvidal versus the James Krause. For James Krause. And his opponent, currently ranked number 12 in the world, Jorge Masvidal. For Gamebred. All right, next up it is our featured prelim in the bantamweight division. Dominic the Dominator Cruz versus Takeya Mizukaki. For Takeya Mizukaki. And his opponent, please welcome back the former UFC bantamweight champion, Dominic Cruz. the main card for UFC 178 on pay-per-view. First up in the women's bantamweight division, Alpha Cat Zingano versus Amanda, the Lioness Nunes. Next up, we have got a good one in the middleweight division. Tim Kennedy versus Joel Soldier of God Romero. For Joel Romero. And his opponent is ranked number 6 in the world, Tim Kennedy. Kennedy. And with that backdrop, we get to a featured bout in the featherweight division. the scale, making his UFC debut, Eddie Alvarez. For Eddie Alvarez. And his opponent, Donald Cowboy Cerrone. For Donald Cerrone. Take a closer look at the two men who tomorrow night will fight for the UFC Flyweight Championship of the world. Take a look. First fighter to the scale, the challenger, Chris Kamikaze Cariaso. Cariaso. And his opponent is the undisputed UFC Flyweight Champion of the world, Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson. For Demetrius Johnson. I'm here with the challenger, Chris Cariaso. At least according to Vegas, they're not giving you much of a shot here. What type of performance is it going to take to beat Demetrius Johnson here tomorrow night?
I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm ready to go out there and put 100% out there and take this title from Demetrius.
Congratulations on the opportunity. Best of luck here tomorrow night.
Thank you very much.
All right, here is arguably the best fighter on the planet, ladies and gentlemen, Demetrius Mighty Mouse Johnson. You've dominated this 125-pound division. How does this latest challenger stack up as you try to keep the throne?
You know, it's another great challenge, but, I'm always on every time I fight, and we're going to make it happen at the parties at Chateau. Thanks, everybody, for coming out. Let's get it. Woo!
Can't wait to see your champion, Demetrius Johnson. All right, thank you all for coming out. That makes it official. We hope to see you right back here at the MGM Grand.